Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Project Trinity Weekly Podcast, where innovation meets community and technology becomes a force of empowerment. If you joined us last week, you know we had an incredible conversation under the theme Matters, Mentors, Makers, Women Redefining Tech Paths. We had we had powerful stories about women transforming challenges into opportunities. And today we are continuing with the same story. And honestly, this episode could not come at a crucial time. Just a few days ago, the world watched Amazon announce over 30,000 corporate jobs cuts, and the UPS followed by reducing about 48,000 operational roles. Meanwhile, at NVIDIA's GTC conference, CEO Jensen Huang called it American New Apollo moment, a time when AI is not just assisting humans anymore, it's reshaping entire industries. One world, one side of the world shrinking and the other one expanding faster than ever. That's where Project Trinity steps in to make sure no one gets behind. Our mission is clear: to elevate economic empowerment by transforming remote and underserved communities into thriving digital ecosystem through solar powered pods. These apps don't just connect people to the internet, they connect them to opportunities, to skills, and sustainable income. And today, I'm joined by two amazing women who embody this transformation. We have Mercy, a mentor who helps women move from tech fear to tech confidence. And we have Max Miller, a creative entrepreneur turning local art into global opportunity. Together, we are diving into what it really means to lead, to learn, and to thrive in a world transformed by technology and AI. So stay tuned and stay with us till the end. Max Miller and Mercy, welcome and please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Hi, I'm Nancy, Associate Project Trinity Kenya. Welcome to our podcast. Here, we share real stories about how technology is transforming lives, especially for women and youth in our community. I'm so excited to have you with us as we learn, share, and get inspired together. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Maxwila Kachirian, a proud Project Trinity associate from Top, Kenya. My journey is rooted in creativity, purpose, and the vision to inspire change and empower others through innovative and community-driven projects. Stay tuned for today's podcast.
Wow, that's so amazing introduction, Mercy and Max Miller. So we are going to have a 1 hour of conversation. So Mercy, let's start at the beginning of your journey. What first inspired you to start training women in digital skills under Project Trinity? Was it personal calling, or did you see something missing in your community that you knew you could fix it?
Okay, thank you, Valerie, for that question. You know, what really inspires me to start training women in digital skills under Project Trinity comes from home. I grew up seeing how hardworking women in rural areas are farming, raising families, but still facing barriers when it comes to opportunity. Many of them have great ideas, but the moment you mention technology, they shy away, not because they don't want to learn, but because they feel it's not for them. That's what pushed me. I want to change that story to show that technology can empower, not intimidate. When Project Trinity started, I educated them in some communities, showing women how to use phones for business, even save money digitally, and watching their confidence grow. Taking others and running online shops. For more, that's the heart of
Sorry, sorry, our listeners. I think there was a technical problem on Mercy's side. So let's continue with you, Max Miller, as we fix it. To Max Miller, you have turned creativity into a business model. How did your journey as a creative entrepreneur begin? And where did Project Trinity step in to help you turn that spark into something sustainable?
Okay, Valerie. Before Project Trinity, uh, I was simply a farmer, someone who loved working with the soil, watching things grow, and finding peace in nature's rhythm. Life was simple but repetitive. Each day, I felt the same: planting, tending, harvesting. Yet, inside, I always felt there was something more I could create, something that could express who I truly was beyond the farm. Then Project Trin came into my life, and it was like a spark was lit within me. It was not just a project, it was a door to a whole new world of creativity and possibility. For the first time, I began to see how the same patience and passion I poured into farming could be transformed into art, design, and innovation. It gave me a space to dream, to explore, and to build something meaningful from my own hands and heart. Project Trinity helped me discover the beauty of storytelling through creation. I started to create not just a talent, but a form of growth. Just like a seed, you plant it, you nurture it, and slowly it blossoms into something beautiful. That's how my journey began, from nurturing crops to nurturing ideas, from growing plants to growing purpose. Looking back, I realized Project Trinity didn't just change my path, it redefined whom I am. I thought it taught me that creativity lives in everyone, even the most unexpected places. All it takes is one spark, one opportunity to see yourself differently and to start building the life you once only dreamed of. Thank you.
Wow, that's so inspiring, Max Miller. For sure, creativity lives in everyone, but now it depends with if you have the access to the resources so that you can implement that creativity. And that's where now Project Trinity vision comes in. Our vision is to turn underserved regions into thriving, globally connected ecosystems. Max Miller, you are a living proof that when creativity meets connectivity, innovation becomes unstoppable. It's powerful to hear how talent becomes traction. That's what our digital hubs are built for, to turn local creativity into global opportunity. So, Matsi, let's get back to you. Matsi, technology can be intimidating at first. How has tech personally transformed your life and outlook, not just as a trainer, but as a woman navigating the new digital economy?
Thank you. Personally, technology has transformed my life in ways I never imagined. Growing up in a rural areas, I used to think technology was only for people in big towns or offices. But once I joined Project Trinity and got a chance to learn, everything changed. It starts small, learning how to use smartphone, then discovering that I could learn most anything online. Suddenly, I was connecting with mentors, attending visual training, and meeting people from across the world, right from the village. Then open my eyes to see many opportunities. Technology gave me confidence too. I started recording videos, joining online meetings, and sharing ideas on social media. Things I never thought I can do. It taught me that leadership doesn't depend on where you live. It starts with believing your voice matters. Now I see technology a bridge connecting rural women to knowledge, markets, and opportunities. And that's what Project Trinity is all about, proving that rural doesn't mean limited. It means full of potential, just waiting to be connected. Thank you.
Wow, that's so inspiring, Mercy. For sure. Empowerment is something cyclical. So the more Project Trinity, as Project Trinity we teach, the more actually we grow. Even as we face access gaps like now devices, stable internet, power, leaders like you show transformation starts before conditions are perfect. That shifts you describe from user to creator is what we want every woman to experience. Tech should feel like a freedom, not fear. So to our audiences, to our followers who are following us right now, if you believe that tech should feel like a freedom, technology should actually feel like a freedom, not fear. Just type technology freedom, in the comment section. Yeah. So back to you, Max Miller. Max Miller, passion is one thing, but turning it into a livelihood takes courage. What motivated you to take that leap, to turn your creativity into a business?
Okay, what really motivated me was the desire to keep my creativity purpose, to let it live beyond my hands. For a long time, I made things just for the joy of it, but I began to realize that the joy could spread further if I shared it with others. I started to see how creativity can inspire people, bring beauty into spaces, and even create opportunities. I wanted to show that handmade, heartfelt work has value. That one talent are not just hobbies, but gifts meant to be nurtured. Another big motivation was independence. I wanted to build something of my own, something that reflects who I am and what I believe in. And more than anything, I wanted to create a path where creativity could sustain me, not just emotionally, but financially too. Turning my passion into a business was not easy, but even step reminded me that doing that uh, you love while making an impact is one of the greatest form of fulfillment.
Wow, that's amazing, Max Miller. That moment of decision is everything, because you can be having something in your mind. You're like, can I implement this one? But now that deciding is everything. It's where vision meets bravery. So, and it's also where empowerment. When you get empowered, you now start acting it. So that's now where Project Trinity model blends education, economic empowerment, and then employment. When women like you move from creation to commerce, and their household and neighborhoods rises, and they can feel that impact. So, Mercy, many women start out saying, "I'm not a tech person." What's one common fear you hear when women first step into your classes, and how do you help them move from fear to confidence?
Thank you for that question, Valerie. One of the most common fear I've seen among women learning technology is the fear of making mistakes. This is very, very true that you will hear things like, what if I press the wrong button? Or what if I spoil the phone? It's real, especially for women who didn't grow up using gadgets. At Project Trinity, we handled that fear with patience and laughter. I remember one woman who refused to touch a computer, saying, "These things are for our children." I told her, "That's no wrong pattern. That's no wrong pattern here. Only new lessons step by step." She learned, and by the end of the session, she was teaching others. That's the magic of a friendly, judgment-free space. We make learning simple and practical, using real examples like WhatsApp for business or checking farming tips online. Once women see how technology fits into their daily lives, fear turns into curiosity. And when that moment comes, When she smiles and says, "Oh, now I get it," that's when empowerment truly begins. Thank you.
Wow, for sure. You are right, Mercy. Confidence is learned. Like now, the story you've shared about a woman in refusing to touch a computer because she fears, she thinks that these things are for our children. So, like, it's good that you guided that woman until she now get that confidence. So, one small success in a session can rewrite many years of doubt. So the digital divide is not only within the bandwidth, it's a belief. Seeing you lead, seeing your lead mercy helps women cross the psychological bridge. If say so, you will see that many women say, if mercy can, so I can also. Yeah. So to our listeners, tech tech is not that scary. It's powerful. Every woman who says, I'm not a tech person, just hasn't met the right mentor yet. And you're welcome to Project Trinity. We have a lot of mentors here who can mentor you, guide you on how to use these devices to create this, to use the artificial intelligence to create these AI agents. As we all know that the world is moving so fast at a very fast rate with all this introduction of AI agents doing some tasks. So you can just learn this any technical skill, and then you start saying, what can I create that will solve my community problem? Yeah, and then you go it with confidence, as Mercy had said. Go it with confidence, don't fear, and you will get what you want. So to our listeners, what was the first digital skill that changed your life? You can write it in your comment, that first digital skills that you learned and it changed your life. So back to you, Max Miller, can you walk us back to the day of your first online sale or customer message? What did that moment feel like? And what did it teach you about digital opportunity?
Wow, Valerie, that is a nice question. I will never forget that moment. I remember opening my phone and seeing the notification. Someone had made a purchase. For a second, I froze. I could not believe that someone out there had found value in something I made with my own hands. It was not just about the money, it was the feeling of being seen. The message that followed was even more touching. The customer said, your work is beautiful. I can feel the love you put into it. That line stayed with me. I smiled, I laughed, and yes, I might have cried a little because it was proof that what I was doing mattered. Uh, it was the moment I knew that this was not just a dream, it was real. Uh, that first sale gave me confidence. It showed me that every small effort counts, and that there are people out there waiting for what you have to offer. You just have to be brave enough to share it. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, when you do something and then you get to that stage of maybe getting income from it, it just feels amazing. So that first notification is so symbolic. It's the proof that your system has worked, and that the skills you learned has now translated into the real results. That moment is our Project Trinity mission is realized. Our mission, when you at Project Trinity, when a rural artisan starts selling their products to the global world, we are very proud because opportunity can grow from where people already live, and that's our work as Project Trinity. We want to make our local artisans like Max Miller, who can do the beadworks using our hands, to be known globally, all the world, so that the products can be met in the whole world. So Mercy, mentorship is at the heart of Project Trinity. Can you share one story that still moves you? A woman who started small and grew into something amazing through your mentorship.
Yeah, sure. I can share a story where there is a young woman from one of our rural training group. Her name was called Joy. When she first joined our digital skill session, she was so quiet and shy. She barely spoke, always sitting at the back. And she could say, I couldn't think this is for me. I ever, never ever touched a computer before. But she kept coming, even when she didn't fully believe herself. During one of our mentor talk, I told the group confidently, convince crown with patience, not with perfections. That seems to touch her. Slowly, she began to participate. She started learning how to use her smartphone for business, how to write short posts to promote her vegetables online, and how to record her sales using simple apps. A few months later, Joy surprised all of us. She started her own small agribusiness page on Facebook, posting about her product like cabbages, tomatoes, and kales. She even began receiving orders from nearby towns. But what really moved me most was when she became back to one of our sessions as a mentor herself. She stood in front of other women confidently and said, if I can learn, anyone can learn.
Wow, wow, that's great, Mercy. That anyone can learn. If Jay can learn, even you can learn. If you can learn, type in our comment section. I can learn. Yes. So, Mercy, those are our impact stories as Project Trinity. We want to hear more of those stories. Technology is not about just using computers, it's about mentoring other people and also empowering them. Yeah. So, when one woman's success can ignite our whole community, that's now where we laugh as Project Trinity. That's where we come in. So mentorship multiplies impact. One learner's progress, like maybe children, peers, and communities. That's how outcomes become legacy. So Max Miller, you know, you as an entrepreneur, every entrepreneur faces challenges. What one major challenge you faced as a woman in business, and how did you overcome it while staying true to your craft?
Okay, like any other business, there is challenges being faced, and one of my biggest challenge has been self-doubt. As women, we often question ourselves: Am I good enough? Will people like what I make? Can I really run a business? That inner voice can be very loud, especially when you are just starting out. At times, I compared myself to others who seemed more experienced or successful, but I learned that comparison kills growth. My journey is unique, and so is my timeline. What helped me overcome that challenge was community, being surrounded by supportive women through Project Trinity, who reminded me of my worth. They encouraged me to keep showing up even when things felt uncertain. I also learned to celebrate small wins, to see progress even in the little things. Over time, self doubt turned into self belief, and I realized that confidence does not come before you start, it grows as you keep going. Thank you.
Wow, that's amazing, Max Miller. That you start as confidence will. will follow you. It will start growing. Like at first you've said you are comparing yourself with other women who you saw that they're better than you, of which that one was a limiting factor to you. You start right now, you start where you are with that skill you have. You advance as you go. So don't ever compare yourself with maybe those who you feel they're better than you, but just start and go. So, even as Project Trinity, as an organization, we face similar challenges. Like now, sometimes we face limited funding, uneven internet, or even logistics. And like you, we answer with creativity. Innovation is born from constraints. It's not about surviving obstacles. It's about rewriting the rules so that the next women or the next youth doesn't face them alone. So, Mercy, mentoring takes a lot of energy and focus. How do you balance your role as a mentor with your own personal goals and growth?
That is such a great question, Valerie. Because honestly, balancing my roles as a mentor with my own personal growth hasn't always been easy. Working with Project Trinity, especially in rural communities, it's so easy to focus on helping others that you forgot about yourself. I used to think taking time to learn or reset was selfish, but have come to realize you can't pour from an empty cup. Now I make time to grow too. When Now I make time to grow too. Whenever it's listening to digital empowerment podcast, joining mentorship space, or just reading and reflecting. Every time I learn something new, I came back re-energizing and full of ideas for the women I train. And I have learned that growth doesn't have to be loud or fast. Something it's quiet, like seed growing underground. I even tell my mentees that I'm still learning too, and that honestly builds trust. Through Project Trinity, I've seen how mentorship and personal growth go hand in hand. As I help women raise in digital confidence, I'm also growing in leadership, patience, and also purposes. So through Project Trinity,
Yes, Mercy. Through Project Trinity, we are ready. So you can just to our listeners, you can write a comment on our Facebook if you're following us right now on Facebook, on YouTube. Just type "We are ready." That's the Project Trinity slogan. As always, we are ready. So, Mercy, that's such an amazing perspective. We talk about sustainable empowerment, but that starts with sustaining yourself too. So at Project Trinity, our mentors are our backbone. So here at Project Trinity, we are building wellness and leadership tracks because when mentors cross sustainably, the whole movement also scales. So Max Miller, to you, visibility is everything in this digital era. How has showcasing your work online change your growth, your confidence, and as you reach more people as an entrepreneur?
Okay. Digital visibility changed everything for me, for sure. Before I started sharing my work online, my audience was limited to people around me, family, friends, or word of mouth. But once I began showcasing my creations on social media, it opened up a whole new world. People from different places began to see my work, engage with me, and even make orders. It helped me build trust, consistency, and a real community around my brand. Selling online has also showed or allowed me tell my story, not just post pictures, but share the inspiration, the process, and meaning behind what I create. That story has built deeper connection with my audience. Digital visibility taught me that the internet is not just a marketplace, it's a platform for impact. It's where creativity meets opportunity.
Yes. In this digital era, online is everything. So have you ever imagined, like, now when you don't have an internet, let's say your internet will go off for maybe 2 days, how many things will go off or will not go on. So in this age of internet, we all know that online is everything, internet is everything. So through internet, you don't just sell a product, you can share a story. And that story can travel a big further than you can even imagine. So just a disclaimer, just a quick pause to our listeners, to our followers following us right now. We've just realized that about 56% of people who watch our videos have not subscribed yet. So if you love seeing more episodes like this, or if the story of Mercy and Max Miller inspires you, make sure that you have subscribed and tap that bell, so that your click helps us elevate economic empowerment from our solar powered pods in rural communities to the global digital marketplaces. Eat it right now so that you don't miss the next win. Thank you. So let's get back to you, Mercy. From your perspective, what makes the Project Trinity learning experience unique compared to other digital programs out there?
Okay, what really makes Project Trinity unique is that it is personal. It's not just about teaching digital skills, it's about transforming lives. We didn't sit in office waiting for people to come. We go to them in churches, schools, or even under a tree, wherever they feel comfortable. That makes learning simple, practical, and even real. We teach using everyday examples: how to use a phone for business, how to find market online, how to assess government services, and so on. And what I love most is the sense of the community. It's not just a training, it's teamwork. Women learn by doing, by helping each other, and by gaining confidence one step at a time. Before we teach tech, we work on mindset, because the biggest barrier isn't devices, it's doubt. And when that fear turns into confidence, amazing things happen. Project Trinity doesn't just teach, it works with purpose, with people, bringing digital hope right to the grassroots, one woman at a time. Project Trinity, we are ready.
Yes, for sure. Project Trinity, we are ready. So to our listeners, what always motivates you every day? What motivates you to learn new things? You can just write in the comment section. What's your motivator? Like, what makes you to learn new things? You can write it in the comment section. As Mercy said, also as at Project Trinity, we always say we don't just train, we connect skills to income. So, and that's what sets Project Trinity apart. So back to you, Max Miller. Many women have ideas but feel stuck at starting line. What advice will you give to someone who wants to begin an online business but doesn't know how to start?
My biggest advice is to women is to start where you are with what you have. Don't wait for the perfect camera, website, or maybe a plan. Perfection can wait. Your purpose can't wait. Begin small, stay consistent, and let your story shine through everything you do. People connect with credibility more than perfection. Also, invest in learning. There are so many free resources online, from marketing, photography to storytelling. Take advantage of them. And lastly, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It's scary at first, but the world needs your ideas. Every big business you admire started with something who took the first small step, and that could be you.
Yes, for sure, Maximila. We need steps so that you start. So it's always those first let's say you can just take 3 steps, like clarity. You can use clarity, confidence, and consistency. Consistency is it's what it matters. So without consistency, sometimes it's difficult to achieve what you wanted to do. Yeah, and that consistency builds momentum. So to our listeners, what's that one opportunity that you what's that one challenge that you turned into opportunity? You can just write that in the comment section. Only one challenge that you think you turned into opportunity. Yeah. So to Mercy, training beginners takes creativity. How do you keep your sessions fun, practical, and impactful so learners actually enjoy the process?
Okay, Valerie, that is such an amazing question. Because honestly, keeping training session fun and practical is that secret to make people love learning, especially beginners. At Project Trinity, our mission is to empower women and youth with digital skills that open doors to opportunities and independence. So when we train in rural areas, we make learning simple, friendly, and real. We start by creating a reflection space. No pressure, no judgment. We laugh, share stories, and remind everyone that it's okay not to know everything. I always tell them we were learning together. Then we connect every lesson to real life, like using Google to check farm prices or learning how to market vegetable online. We make it hand-on, praising pattern, making small mistakes and laughing through it. It's not a classroom, it's community. And when women hear stories of others who started small and are now using digital tools to grow their business, it builds hope. And that is the impact of Project Trinity, turning fear into confidence and learning into leaders, one session at a time. So, as a Project Trinity, we are already always.
Yes, yes, yes. We are turning fear into confidence here at Project Trinity. So, when learning feels like joy, Mercy, transformation follows naturally. Sometimes when you start learning, when you start teaching, maybe the beginners or those who maybe who don't know yet what you are teaching them, like now you are introducing them to how to create or how to automate an AI agent. So like they will feel like, hey, this thing is very hard for me. I will not be able to do it. But when you imply fun, joy, and also you make some fun moments while teaching, actually they will laugh it, and you will just find that one of them has just come up with a very very responsive AI agents that will help maybe the organization or even solve the community problems. So that's where now our apps with music, in our apps here in the pods, teamwork, we have teamwork. Like everything we do in teamwork, collaboration. And also, sometimes also there is laughter in learning. Like we get some fun moments, and then the laughter accompanied it. So even the power of flickers or tools are scarce, community energy keeps momentum. That energy now is what keeps momentum. So Max Miller, your jackal heart customers and deadlines. How do you maintain creativity while staying consistent and professional?
Uh, that definitely is a balancing act. Some days are smooth, others are overwhelming. What helps me most is planning and setting boundaries. I create dedicated time for my art. That's my creative zone. Then I have a separate time for responding to customers, updating my online pages, or planning a content. But beyond the schedule, I have learned to be kind to myself. Uh, you can't pour from an empty cup. When I feel drained, I take time to rest and reconnect with inspiration. Consistency is not about being perfect every day, it's about showing up, even in small ways, uh, as long as I keep moving forward, learning and serving my customers with love. I know I'm on the right track.
Yes, Max Miller, that's the balance every creator learns. Structure keeps the pace for originality. So before we continue, maybe I can share with my audiences just a small story here. So, in a small community with no internet, a group of young innovators planted a tree. So, not just for shade, but as a symbol of connection. They installed a solar panel beside it, added a router, and called it the Wi Fi tree. Every evening, students gathered beneath it, learning, sharing dreams, and laughing together. That single hotspot became one of that most more than just a signal. It became a spark of possibility. So to our followers right now, to our listeners, let's say if your community had a Wi-Fi tree, what will you do with it first? Write your comment below. Yeah. So to let's get back to Mercy. So in today's fast changing world, what's one digital skill every woman should master to stay competitive and empowered?
Okay, Valerie. If I had to choose just one skill every woman should learn to stay ahead in the digital economy, I would say digital communication. It's the key that unlocks everything, whether you are in business, farming, or just trying to access service online. At Project Trinity, we have seen how powerful it is when women learn to use their voice digitally. From sending a message or posting their productions online to join a Zoom meeting with confidence. Suddenly, a woman in a small village can reach customers far beyond their communities. I have watched women who once realized that only one word of mouth, now running small online shops or sharing updates on Facebook. And the best part, you don't need to fancy gadgets, just a phone and the courage to learn. Digital communication is more than a skill, it is a bridge. It connects women to knowledge, to market also, and to the world. When women can share their stories online, they don't just join the digital economy, they lead it.
Yes, for sure, Mercy. Digital communication will be the best skill that every woman should have. You know, we often remind learners that skills are the new currency. So and knowledge compounds it like interest. So for those listeners who are listening us right now, to get this digital communication or online communication, or maybe you want to get a website so that you can tell your products to the world. just visit Project Trinity at projecttrinity.org. That's our website, and then you just sign up the business inquiry so that we are here for you. We are here to empower and to help the communities so that we can help you to design what you want. Yeah, Project Trinity to the world. So if you believe that, to our listeners, if you believe that Project Trinity to the world, just type in the comment section Project Trinity to the world. Thank you. So Max Miller, which of your projects are you most proud of? And how did Project Trinity mentorship or tools help you bring it to life?
Okay, one project I'm truly proud of is the growth of my match and design work, turning creative concepts into meaningful designs that people can actually wear or connect with. When I started, I had so many ideas, but didn't always know how to bring them to life professionally. Through Project Trinity support, I learned how to refine my designs and understand my audience, and also create merchandise that truly represent my vision and story. It's more than just printing designs on clothing or accessories. For me, each piece carries a message. Uh, I want people to feel something when they wear my merch, whether it's confidence, culture, or creativity. Seeing someone proudly wearing a design I created is a feeling I can't quite describe. It's powerful because it means my work is speaking for me even when I am silent. Project Trinity gave me the tools and confidence to make that happen. From branding tips to storytelling, it helped me see my work as not just art, but a brand with purpose. That is something I am deeply proud of. Watching my creativity transform into something tangible that inspires others. Every design I create now reminds me of how far I have come. From a simple idea to a brand that reflects passion, culture, and identity. And honestly, that's one of the most fulfilling parts of my journey so far.
Wow, that's amazing. For sure, every product has a journey. So even at Project Trinity, we are designing e-commerce sites where we have several products, and also the story of the story behind each product. Because when we see these local beads, it has a story. Let's say ushanga, or even the sticks, the walking sticks, it all has a story where it originated. So we are doing that. So if you're watching us and maybe you are thinking of creating a website, you can just visit our website at project projecttrinity.org, and then you will get in touch with us. Yeah, so let's get to you, Mercy. Mercy, you watched mentees grow into mentors. How does that cycle of giving back strengthen the next generation of women in tech?
Wow, a very amazing question. I really believe mentorship is one of the most powerful forces shaping the next generation of women leaders in tech. Because mentorship gives something that trains alone can't believe. It tells women you belong to here too. When a young woman from a rural area sees someone like here thriving in the digital world, it changes everything. It turns possibility into reality. That's what we do at Project Trinity. We connect women with mentors who have walked the same journey, faced the same fears, and found their voice through technology. I have seen it happen. One woman learn, cross, and then become a mentor to others. It spreads like light. Mentorship doesn't teach digital skills. It fuels confidence, courage, and leadership. And that's how the next generation of women. Thank you.
Wow, that's the ripple effect. Is out we scale empowerment here at Project Trinity by turning learners into leaders. That's our sustainability flywheel. You know, when graduates return to teach, a board evolves from a center into a self-replicating empowerment ecosystem. So to our followers right now, to our listeners, if you are listening us, wherever you are at any part of the world, so we know that behind every confident woman is a mentor who believed first. So so who helped you take your first step in tech, learning or business? That them in the comment section or drop their name below. Let's appreciate our mentors actually. Just tag their names and that tech skill that she taught you at first. Yeah. So to Max Miller, beyond profits, how has being part of this community impacted your confidence, leadership, and purpose?
Uh, Being part of Project Trinity community has been life-changing. It gave me a sisterhood of women who understand the struggles and triumphs of building something from the ground up. Through this community, I found my voice. I learned that leadership is not about having all the answers. It's about showing up, learning from others, and lifting each other higher. Every session, every conversation, every shared experience added a layer of my confidence. I began to see myself not just as a creator, but as a leader, someone capable of inspiring others through actions. This community reminded me that we rise by lifting others, and that sense of belonging and empowerment is something I carry with me every day.
Yes, yes, yes. So when women grow together, the result is not a competition, it's a collaboration and shared success. Our greatest win here at is not here at Project Trinity is not about revenue. It's women growing from quiet learners to bold leaders. Technology is most powerful when it empowers people. Yeah, so to our listeners, you already have the talent. Now let that technology you've learned, you can turn it into something meaningful. So to our followers right now, if you could turn that one skill into a business today, what will it be? Write in the comment section. If you could turn that one skill into a business today, what will it be? Yeah, just comment below. So Mercy, if you could add that one feature or resource to Project Trinity's hubs, whether in terms of childcare, advanced AI courses, or business grants, what will it be and why?
Okay. If I could add one new future to Project Trinity training hubs, it would be a digital resource and innovation corner. A small space where women and youth can keep learning and creating even after the main sessions end. You see, in many rural areas, access is the biggest challenge. After training, most people want to keep practicing, maybe typing, designing something, or exploring new tools, but they don't always have a phone, computer, or internet at home. So, this corner would be a safe and open space with a few laptops, Wi-Fi, and learning materials for anyone to use. It will also have a mentorship wall, stories and photos of local women who have grown through Trinity, and a buddy system where learners support each other. It's more than a classroom. It's a community of growth. That's how that's how we make impact sustainable, not just by teaching once, but by creating space where digital learning continues, dreams cross, and confidence strives.
Yes, for sure, Mercy. Removing these life barriers unlocks more opportunities. That's how we expand access and equity here at Project Trinity. So, Max Miller, finally, finally, looking ahead, what's your dream for women-led digital enterprises in Kenya and beyond?
Okay, my dream is to see women take up more space, especially from West Pokot County, to see their creativity, leadership, and innovation fully recognized and supported. I wanted to see a future where women led digital enterprise thrive, where young girls can grow up knowing that their ideas, crafts, and voices have power. I dream of a Kenya and an Africa where digital creativity is not just a trend, but a movement, uh, one that creates a job, tells our stories, and builds community. And beyond everything, I hope we continue to support one another because when women come together with purpose and passion, there is no limit to what we can build. Thank you.
Yes, Mercy and Max Miller, for sure. There is no limit in what you can build. So, to our listeners, as you're about to wrap up, AI is not taking jobs, it's creating new ones. So, the question is, will you be the one who builds, manages, or leads the change? Comment in the comment section. Just comment, I'm ready for AI. If you are learning to stay ahead of this rapidly changing technological world. So to Mercy and Max Miller, as we wind up, any last comment that you can leave to our listeners?
Okay, thank you, Valerie. One thing that I can leave to our listeners is that I can also believe the future of women in tech will be built not only in big cities, but also right here in our local communities by women who choose to learn, share, and lift there as they rise. And that's the spirit of Project Trinity, growing together, learning together, and transforming together. So, my hope is that every woman listening today, remember this: you don't need to know everything to start. You just need to take the first step, because once you do, you will be amazed at how far digital skills can take you. Together, we are ready.
To our listeners, what I can tell women is just um, uh, having a dream in everything, and also coming up with tech skills, uh, coming up with tech skills to build our community.
Yes, that was so amazing, Mercy and Max Miller. What a powerful and uplifting conversation. I wish thank you to Mercy and Max Miller for sharing their stories, their passion, and their purpose. You've both reminded us why this mission matters. Because when women gain access to digital skills and mentorship, and their community begin to rise. At Project Trinity, our goal remains the same: to elevate economic empowerment through technology, creativity, and opportunity. From our solar powered pods apps to, to our hands on experience on digital training programs, we are proving that innovation is not just for cities, it's for every village, every learner, and every dreamer ready to step into the future. And to our missing listeners, in today's episode, if today's episode inspired you, don't let it to end here. Subscribe, like, and follow to the Project Trinity podcast on YouTube and all platforms. Your support help us reach more youths, build more pods, and open more doors for digital opportunity in underserved communities. Remember, the world is changing fast. We have artificial intelligence, we have automation, and global connectivity are rewriting what's possible. But together, we can make sure no one is left behind. Until next time, keep learning, keep leading, and keep elevating empowerment. This is the Project Trinity podcast, where innovation meets community and technology becomes transformation. Bye.